Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this impromptu Sunday morning stream. I've got a lot of people asking me what's going on with Bitcoin and Ethereum and everything, and figured I'd just take a minute to run through a little bit. So we probably won't get a full hour in this morning, but we'll get through a few things. Hopefully, give folks a little clarity on everything that's going on. Do want to apologize for the stream quality on the last stream. Was having some audio issues, and it looks like I ended up catching a little bit of YouTube wrath for some of the music in there, even though it's all from freemusicarchive.org, which is interesting, but I digress. It's not really a problem worth fighting over. That being said, what's going on with the prices? So a lot of people maybe know already, some don't, but tomorrow, I believe, so this would be Monday the 8th, CME, or Chicago Mercantile Exchange, is going to be releasing Ethereum futures, right? So we're looking at future contracts here. Now, typically when futures occur, right, we see a price dump with that. So I've actually sold my my Bitcoin and Ethereum all last night back to Tether, US dollar coin, whatever store of value besides Bitcoin and Ethereum that's out there. And it looks like it was actually kind of a good move. So I'm going to start with Bitcoin here. And I'm going to go ahead and zoom in this chart. And we're going to start on kind of the Bitcoin weekly time frame here. And we'll just kind of zoom in from there. So Bitcoin weekly chart here, if we just kind of pull that down a bit, we can see we're in a pretty big macro triangle still. Yesterday's rally still kept us well within that triangle range. My gut honestly tells me that we could come up here and then break to the top side of this. Right, but with any symmetrical triangle, it's good to understand that there is big risk. We've had a very large run up to this point, so we cannot discount the potential that we could see maybe even a little failed breakout come up to right about here. I'll go ahead and I'll mark that right, here-ish, right, and then it could come in and break to the downside and crush all of our hopes and dreams, kind of like what Wall Street Bets likes to do. But that's just it. That's what trading is. I mean, this is all probabilities and what we think is going to happen. We've had a lot of upside. We could absolutely see continuation. We could see a move down. I right now am just waiting to see if we don't maybe come down one candle and then come up. So I'm just kind of sitting out a little bit, right? And when we get down to the daily here, we can see that. Okay, come back up here. All right, so we can see that we kind of topped out up here, and thankfully this old resistance has flipped. It looks like to new support. But we may want to give that more time there to see how that plays out. The nice thing is that we do have a pretty nice little money flow wave coming, but we are at the top of our momentum waves, right? They could come up a little bit more. We do have increasing money flow, but this VWAP down here is also decreasing. So that's why I think that we could see some shaky action right around in here. We'll go ahead and just kind of confirm what we're seeing down on the 4-hour, right? And here we can see same kind of thing, only amplified a little bit, where we came up, right, and we topped, and now we've been going down. We got a little doji candle right there. But it's really looking like a downside move is much more probable right here. And then let's see here. We'll go down and look at the 1 hour. 1 hour is kind of showing some similar action. you know, it's not really looking great at the moment. Money flow's starting to decrease now. Looks like we're getting a second wave down that hasn't quite completed yet. You know, if we pop down to say the 15 minute, you know, we're actually in a red money flow at this point. Might be a good buy right here, but you know, given what we just looked at the higher time frames, also, you know, might be a little shaky. Yeah, just like back. That's a good call, Brain Cake. Yeah, and good morning, by the way. Welcome to the stream. So glad to have you with us again. Let's see here. Let's get some other music going while we dig into some of these charts. And see what we can find. It's maybe fitting mood music for some charting. How's that volume? Everybody hear that okay? They still hear me over it? Hopefully. If not, speak up, let me know. But yeah, I mean, Bitcoin could be coming up into a buy. It's just, it's a little too early to tell. I honestly think we're going to get continuation down here. Normally in Market Cipher again, which is the main indicator package that you guys are seeing on my screen. Huge fan of Market Cipher, by the way. I consistently, you know, preach about how great they are because it's really just an honest way of looking at the action and what's happening. You know, pretty hard to fool money flow. You know, so I can tell you that my confidence with this has definitely increased pretty significantly. But you know, these yellow X's are typically a reversal indicator, meaning that, you know, the price is kind of primed for a reverse. And if we see this right here, it did a little bit, but then it went back down. So you know, one of the things is that since this is a reversal indicator, if we see 2 or 4 of these lined up, it means that we're probably going to get continuation, because it's kind of like an Uno when you get that reverse and a double reverse, right? But we'll see. How's that music versus the volume? But if we get, you know, an odd number of these, then we typically will see a good reversal. So I'm actually kind of hoping we see one more yellow X right around maybe this line right here, and then we can go up from there. Would be nice, but we'll just have to see. I mean, we don't want to make trades based on what we want to happen. We always want to make our trades based on what the chart's telling us, what our indicators are telling us. Otherwise, we can really, you know, get into trouble. Yeah, I would agree that, you know, that 38.7 mark, that would put us right about here. You know, I could definitely see a little pop up there and then coming back down. Glad you guys can hear it. Alright, so that's kind of my thoughts on Bitcoin. Just kind of going back again from the weekly, zooming in all the way up to a 15-minute. Really, I mean, I don't bother looking below that, because this is really just for, you know, your scalping trades and things like that. But again, if we kind of back up and take a look here, you know, it's looking like we've had a good run, you know, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we come back down here and the market's even saying that there's not a whole bunch more money flowing in at the moment. So we should probably trust our indicators here. So with that, let's pop over and look at Ethereum. We'll do Ethereum here, starting on the weekly. So let's see. So this is kind of going all the way back to the 2017 time frame, right? We've had just a monumental push, right? In the words of Crown, I mean, those are some big green dildos, right? But we also have to fully respect, Candlestick TA here, and these are some pretty big top hats right here going on. So that could tell me we might be nearing the top of this momentum. We are showing the top of the momentum wave down here on Market Cipher. However, we're showing really a pretty amazing money flow increase on the weekly here. The big thing scaring me is, again, just the CME. So let's go down and take a look at some other time frames here. Get ready to switch the music over again to something else, see if we can't find something good. All right. So down to the daily. Now, this is why I closed out of my trade yesterday, right? And I closed all my ETH out. When we were going up, I mean, we've pushed the top side of this Bollinger Band pretty hard, and then whenever we do that here, it seems like we have a 2 to 3 candle correction, right, to the downside a little bit, which is good and healthy, right? I'm not gonna lie, like, this is a pretty healthy climb structure versus just a parabolic move up. That being said, though, it's important to respect those cooling off periods. So, I got out of my ETH at like 1680, 1650-ish yesterday, and then it's come down, but it has recovered pretty strongly here. Again, we see momentum kind of topped out, VWAP going to the bottom side, but money flow is increasing, and that needs to be respected. If we take a look down at the 4 hour, we see that there's a little bit of a channel, and that'll become more prevalent here as we zoom in more. But we were riding, the BB band top side. Now we broke to the bottom side. We've got a lot of sell pressure happening right here. A lot of downward momentum going on. And the VWAP, most importantly, it's not really angling back up yet. But we're also seeing now on the 4 hour that money flow is starting to come down. So, we'll keep this in mind here as we drill down and even look at a 1 hour. So, change the scale a bit. So here on Ethereum, we can see the little channel that I was working with before. We kind of broke down out of that, and then we've seen what looks like the formation of a little stair-step down action. Now, we are seeing, a VWAP flip here on the 1 hour, so I wouldn't be surprised if we get another little up like this and then more downward continuation. It's anybody's ball game right now, but I believe that is more likely because we see the money flow coming down and probably going to cross to the red here very shortly. If we even zoom in on the 30-minute, we've now crossed into red money flow. We're fighting for it a little bit, but it's I don't necessarily know if ETH is going to win this fight. We'll go down here. Here we're starting to see a little life down at the 15-minute, but again, I'm going to want to see this come up more to the top side of the BB band before I really get too excited. So, let's see what other music we can find here before we'll look at Link as another coin. Sorry about that. What did I do here? So let's take a look now at Link. We'll start up on the weekly. Pretty hard to tell much of anything right now other than Link is doing Link things. Yeah, money flow is increasing. Momentum might be topping, but we'll see. I mean, it's pretty strong. Now on the daily, you know, we're definitely, again, kind of like ETH, we're cooling off. Money flow still shows increasing, but momentum is definitely topped, and VWAP's down now to the bottom side. So now we'll go and pop into the 4 hour. Now money flow here is crossing to red, and we're definitely seeing that bottom side pressure. Right, and that move down. Yeah, same thing on the hourly. I would kind of expect more of that stair step down. Now this could be a little interesting right here. Link might be ready for potentially a little bit of a bouncy bounce, but it might also just make another leg down. Let's see if we can tell on the 15. Man, if this was green money flow, this would be great to see, but because it's red money flow, we need to be cautious of that. Otherwise, I think Link is just going to kind of bounce in its little range here. What other coins do people want to look at? Let's take a few. Let's see what other coins people want to look at. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for any coins, I'll pop over to the total 2. We'll take a look at that chart. Definitely getting a market cap increase here. And last time I checked, we were up over $1.1 trillion in the crypto market. Total 2, for those that don't know, is basically all of crypto excluding Bitcoin. Right, so it's basically all of the alts. It's nice to watch it and see, is money flowing completely out of the market, is money flowing into alts, money flowing into Bitcoin. Right now, I mean, it's pretty obvious what's going on right here. I mean, money's flowing in, momentum's increasing. On the daily, possibly a little topped on momentum, but I think it's a Sunday. I mean, it's anybody's game right now. On the 4 hour, starting to get a pretty sharp decline here. Those red X's are typically pretty indicative of a downward move. Let's see here. Yeah, look at that momentum drop off. That's big. Sure explains why all the charts look so bad, though. Ugly. Yeah, it's not been super great for alts the last 24 hours or so. So I guess the ultimate question here is, you know, what's going to happen on Monday? And honestly, with CME opening up, with as much as we've moved up, I see no reason that this isn't the time that we start moving down, especially because there is another big event, and you know that's Chinese New Year, I believe, begins on February 12th. So I guess in macro terms, I'm seeing a lot of convergence and a lot of reasons for things to go down versus up. The scary part, though, is that one of my trading rules is you trade with the trend, right? So don't short in a bull market, don't long in a bear market. And the other part of that though is that the trend is your friend until the end of the trend. It is possible that what we're looking at right now with all this uncertainty, that we are looking at the end of the macro trend and a reversal time period potentially. That being said, I mean, nothing's definitive. It's all probabilities, but I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking I'm gonna keep sitting out until I get a clearer picture of what's going on, and once I do, then I'll hop back in and look for re-entry. It might be on this next move down. I mean, it looks like the Bollinger Band's starting to curve pretty good here, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. Just gonna have to wait and see. All right, I'll pop the Dogecoin chart on. Somebody just private messaged me about it, so I gotta do it. But yeah, as good as you think Doge looks from a chart perspective, it's a meme coin. It has no cap. It has no value attached to it. It's a total joke. And oh, by the way, all of the using some chain analysis, all of the Doge out there, like 50% of it or something of the total supply is held by like 4 wallets. So if you ask me, I mean, yay, good on you, Elon, for making a joke of finance in the stock market. I can't say I blame you because, well, it's a pretty rigged game. But don't put any significant amounts of money into Doge. I'll be honest, before this bit of bullshit that's gone on, with Doge right here, the Doge was kind of my litmus test when people would ask me to look at a coin. And if it didn't at least have the stability that Doge had, right, then I wouldn't consider it. And to be honest, like, that litmus test worked quite well up until Elon happened. So thanks Elon Musk for ruining my shitcoin confirmation. Appreciate that. You can make it up to me with a Cybertruck though. Then we'll be cool. All right. We'll take a look at a couple other coins and then we'll probably call it. Take a quick look at DOT on the daily. Very, very similar to like Ethereum and Link right now. Moved up, cooling off a bit, and hopefully we'll see another move up. Let's take a look down here at the 4 hour and see what DOT wants. And it is way too early for dubstep, Jesus. Ugh. So yeah, DOT's definitely cooling off here. We've got our same momentum decrease happening. We're flashing some pretty bearish signals for confirmation. I see no reason why this wouldn't just continue on down to the downside. I might get a little bouncy bounce soonish, but again, if I come back up here to the 4 hour, I see a little bit more continuation down to possibly, I mean, we could go probably down to about 18.55 and then bounce from there. But again, we'll just have to see. I mean, the weekend action is anybody's game. Yeah, man. I mean, Doge was a great meme coin for that. Just play those little pumps, but now that that party's over. So the 1 hour on dot, not great. We can't get above that middle BB band there. Doesn't look like, so let's pop down, look at the 15. Yeah, dump. Momentum VWAP's coming down. I think we're going to get another one of these over here, right? Where we come up a bit but stay down right here. So dot's not looking super healthy. We'll peep over at Cardano. I know some folks, Crypto Crow, definitely love Cardano right now and have been shilling the shit out of it, but maybe for good measure. I mean, to be fair, it's pretty big candle, but man, that's also a really big wick. Who knows? We'll have to just see. Daily right here, I mean, daily shows me it wants to continue a bit. Cardano might actually be a pretty good little spot to hang out in. Peep the 4 hour. Money flow's coming down on the 4 hour. Momentum's starting to come down. Might be in that same kind of cooling off period here. Might get a little bouncy bounce action off the bottom BB right here. It's pretty good on the 1 hour. See if we can break this middle BB line right here. We do have a green dot down here on the blue waves. Positive VWAP. Money flow is increasing. It wants it. It's trying. Got a little dipperoo right there. That's not good. Getting a positive money flow. Yeah, I would say Cardano's party's probably in that same cooling off phase as everybody else. But what else do people want to look at? Maybe we'll let me just look here. Check out Litecoin really quick. People seem to still like this project for some stupid reason. Shitcoin gonna shitcoin. Yeah, I mean, I didn't have high hopes for Litecoin here. Let's be honest. I mean, it's not the strongest project out there. It had its day, had its 15 minutes of fame. If that money flow was curved up, I'd say we might be seeing a little life out of this, but alas, it's not. Yeah, look at that downside right there. Yep. seeing much to get excited about on Litecoin at all. Alright, I don't want to close on a stream up like that, so we'll look at a better chart just for stream posterity's sake here. We'll close out on something better. So if we look at Kava on the daily, Kava's been kind of a little secret weapon lately. Although Kava's original target here of 370 is getting pretty close, so it doesn't have a whole lot more upside on the guaranteed move. Oh, excuse me, a little sneeze there. What I was looking at was down around here when we got this yellow reversal, right? Me and a couple of my friends, we were playing a little bit in Kava because it was pretty darn low, and our target was from down here at about 130 up to this neckline right here of like 371, right? So we've just kind of been playing in here as a nice little hidey hole, but I'll let it move up a little more, and then we'll see what the overall structure is looking like. If Kava shows continuation, we'll keep playing with it. If it shows like it's going to cool off and go down, then we will let it do what it wants. Again, we're not going to trade what we hope to happen. We're going to trade what the chart shows us is going to happen. Find... Let me just play that one. Find one to close us out on. Yeah, so, okay, Legendary, I do agree with you on the use case, however, right, from a technology standpoint, you know, Bitcoin is kind of the Model A of, you know, the crypto world. Now, Bitcoin's always going to be king, but a lot of the Bitcoin clones, I mean, I can't necessarily say they're still viable with all the newer technology and layer 2, layer 3 scaling that's out there. I think, again, for its time, it was good, but I truthfully believe that there's better tech out there now. You know, and honestly, to avoid stifling innovation, we should probably focus on that. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight, but, you know, long term, that should be the goal. Alright, so Kava on the 4 hour, the daily was looking strong but a little toppy. Seeing kind of the same thing here, 350. I mean, I could see this moving up to again that 370, 371 mark. Maybe even a wick to like 372, 375 tops, but after that, I'm going to wait and see what the macro structure starts to look like. Going to the 1 hour, we're starting to see that momentum swing low. Down to the 30-minute, swing low with the green dot, green money flow. This might be a good little profit opportunity. If you're looking to measure this move, I would say that 314 middle BB band would be a 4% gain at 328. Up here, 350, 349, maybe 349 would be a safe bet, and that would be a little 10% move. Let's see if we can't confirm that though. We're on the 30-minute time chart. We'll back up, look at the hour again real quick. See, our downside momentum is still not showing it's bottomed. We'll look at the 15-minute. Cross to red money flow. See, that's why we verify our trades on like 3 or more time frames. You know, it looked good there on the 30-minute, but you know, if I bought this, I'm betting the 5 minutes a little uglier too. Yeah, see, we bounced off the top end and we're coming back down here, and that's it, that negative money flowing out, right, is increasing. So probably just a good sideline day. Maybe sit back and enjoy the game if you're into the Super Bowl, later today, and just kind of chill. But I think with that, we're probably going to go ahead and call it a stream today. Thanks everyone who watches the recording of this or who took the time to tune in. And as always, if you have any questions or comments, hit me up and be more than happy to help you out where we can. Again, just a reminder for what you're seeing on the screen here for everyone. You are looking at Market Cipher in TradingView up here. You're looking at significant trades here. Profit Trailer, which is my trading assistant software here. And then a pump detector over here. So this is kind of how I normally set up when I trade, just so I can get a lot of real quick confirmation and stuff if I need it. But with that, we'll go ahead and call it a day, and I wish everyone a happy week of trading and best of luck with CME.